Hello again. Welcome back to Szpakowo. It's episode 28 with me, MrSealyp. It was about time, to be fair. Szpakowo would kill me if she saw the state of my vehicles and machinery. Well, look who's back. Oh man, it's been absolutely bonkers. What a couple of weeks. It's only been just over a week, isn't it? But wow. Whew. Lots happened, people. But we're here on Szpakowo. This is the final episode. People have been reaching out and asking me stuff and messaging me stuff and saying, could I do, should I do, would I do things. What I have done, the money's gone down a little bit, but it's creeping back up again, because it was suggested that before I go I really should do diesel, that I'm doing the full Monty. It's also been suggested that I don't go anywhere until I get at least a bonsai tree or something out of this, a eucalyptus. I you said ukulele then. You're not a ukulele, I'm not going to get that out of here. But I've put the fuel refinery in, the Zoglzokt fuel refinery. Everything else is absolutely crushing along. We've got 361 grand. So this is in. This is producing at the moment. Where's my doodad? Just here. We're getting electric charge from air. So our thing's spinning around. We're getting a bit of electric charge. What do we do with that? Can I just sell that? I guess I can, can't I? Let's sell the electric charge. Well, I don't know what we'll get from it, but we can sell it. And we can get diesel from these, and you get all these various different byproducts. The amount of diesel you get is not great. It's only if you go into the oils that it gets a little bit better. We get much better diesel production if we produce oils. In all honesty, I've got some wood chip that's going. I'm getting wood chip in those containers now. Out of my little logging enterprise, we've got wood chip in the bottom. So I could bring some wood chip over. I know we've got some soybean on the go. We've got some canola on the go. We've got these sunflowers on the go. So at least we'll get some. We'll get a bit of diesel. And then obviously that'll be a process that can continue on. As far as our other productions going, everything's looking great. So I want to try and get something produced here. We got our cake done in the last episode. That seems like a lifetime ago now. And I'm going to wait till my next crop's ready to harvest. Yep, it's all going well. And actually, while I'm saying that, I have no contractual obligations at the moment. It's all basically, yeah, a little bit of fertilising there, but it's mostly. I mean, I could pick that up in a little bit. It's all baling stuff, but. If we go back up to the top here, field, let's have a look at our crop types, and then nearly ready to harvest, field 3, that's a big canola field. That might not be a bad idea actually. How much is that? 244. Boom, yes please. Then we want to go to that. And purchase soil information. What the? 6,125? Okay, fine, we'll do it. So that should be ready to harvest as well. So I want to roll through one more until we get a few more of our crops ready to go, and I want to get something here, and I want to get some diesel on the way, and then we'll be good. Everything I've set out to do, I've done. Oh, that's something I should do. I need to sell my little bits and bobs over here first. That's all chugging away. Cool. I'm going to go and get a tree planter. Let's put some trees in the ground. That sounds like a good plan to me. Let's sell, but we can get a bit of our money back actually on our soil samples. I need to go around that so I don't sell the line that's there. That wouldn't be good. Oh, there we go. Look. We've covered the cost of all that. Nice. I'll leave it there for the time being. We've got another butter to take over to our cake bakery, which I'll do. Let's go to the store. Let's grab a tree planter. Let's grab a few saplings, and we'll get those put in the ground. You know what they say? I don't know what, it's got no relevance to this at all, but fuel me once, shame on you. Fuel me twice, and you'll be refueled. That's not the phrase, is it? Is that how it goes? Anyway. I was going to go with Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but no, I thought, you know, let's not. I don't know. I'm having a bad day. Does anyone want to hear my... every time I'm on it's just woes. It's just woes and misery. It's just... Why can't I catch a break with anything? Oh, dearie me. So, depends if you watch my little video I did. Depends when this releases as well. My early access has been not revoked. It's not happening. Which means anyone with early access on any platforms that get it however many days before. I don't know when the embargo is going to lift for FS25. I mean, I can't complain. It's my job. It's what I chose to do. I chose to play on console. I'm not going to get access until the day it releases, so I'll be playing it. Bang. To say I'm depressed is an understatement. I was told it wasn't going to be a problem, and now it is. So, yeah, I'm a little bit down, to say the least. Anyway. That is an understatement. What shall I use? Shall I use the voucher? I'm going to use the voucher. Why not? I'm going to head to the store. Let's go and grab the... what's it called? Planter. Tree planter. I know there'll be people saying you should count yourself lucky, you shouldn't complain. You're lucky you get it early. A lot of people don't. There's been all sorts of conversations that have been had in various different forums and stuff. And I'll be honest, I'm getting to a point where, but I'm going to have a rant now, I'm getting really, really knocked off with that kind of attitude. And if you're one of those people that are saying that, and you don't like what I've just said, that's fine. I have worked so hard for the last 8 years that I've been doing my channel. I've constantly promoted, pushed the game, pushed giants. I've been an advocate of them. Even, you know, yeah, sometimes things don't go right, and I'll often say whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, or how I feel about something. I've done work with them on FSL. I've always been an advocate. I've always been an ambassador, whilst not under the ambassador title. I'm part of the partner program. I have worked really, really hard. So when people message and say it's disgusting content creators feeling they're entitled to anything, the thing is, well, you have to look at the larger gaming community, the larger gaming world. It's how it is done. It is what is done. Gaming companies will use content creators to push, promote and advertise their game. They do that by giving them early access, by taking them to get early access, whatever it might be, however they go about it. That's how it's done. And the problem is, because what I do because I'm on console, which is niche anyway, because I'm on PlayStation, not Xbox, that's even more niche. And again, people say, well, you chose to. I did. I absolutely did. And it's coming back to bite me massively. I'm just really frustrated. Can you tell? Right. I want forestry. Sorry, I should be uplifting. I'll be more positive. I'm sorry. I just, you know, it's difficult, isn't it? Like I've always said, I've always worn my heart on my sleeve. I've always been, you know, what you see is what you get. I talk about what's going on. That's something I've always done. Let's go down to here, and hopefully if I've got it installed, we should have saplings available. We'll go for a big old pallet of saplings rather than mucking around with... Oh, please tell me I've got them. Oh, here we go. Pallet of... Should we go 316? I don't know how many trees we've cut down, actually. We haven't cut down that many, have we? Should we go with a pallet of 60 or 120? Let's go 120. Should we go spruce, pine? We'll go spruce. Type 2? Type 1. 2, 1, 2. Let's go with that. I don't know why. Let's just do it. Put those in the ground. And then what I'll do, we'll go through into, we'll probably be in March. We've got rain coming. As soon as I've got some other crops ready to harvest, we'll crack on with that. Just thinking, if I've got a big field of canola, is it worth me doing some canola oil? If I go into, do this again, and we go into our productions, and where are they? Under factories. I've used a couple already, haven't I? But these triggers, the addable triggers. I keep saying adaptive triggers. I don't know why I keep saying adaptive triggers. We haven't got one already, have we, for, is there one for oil? Dairy, grain, oil mill. Yeah, £5 grand. We haven't got any other production that's already doing oil, have we? So we could actually put that over. We could do, you know. I might do that. And then we can have the actual crop, and we can have some oil going in as well. It will just speed up the process for making diesel. I just want to make sure we can make diesel. Let's get this out to the field, and let's get some trees put back in. That was something else people were concerned about. I haven't done enough trees. I haven't put enough in. We're going to go this way. Slightly different route round. Put the beacons on. Go and check on Feldin's farm. I did apologise to him the other day. I haven't checked. Is that when I was live streaming? I think it was when I was live streaming. I think they're alright for food and stuff. We should be fine. And the bees as well. There we're looking. Yeah, they've got food. They're good. And then the bees, again, should be alright. I can always come and grab some honey and stuff. Take them over to our bakery when we need it. There we're looking. Oh, that's looking alright, isn't it? Nice. Let's go and get some trees in the ground. Do it, do it, do it. I want to finish on a high, not a low. Was not expecting the information that I received. The last conversation I'd had was, we're all good, thumbs up, brilliant stuff. I haven't cut any more trees down. We bought that second plot. The ones I cut down, I used my Zator. I think I've cut one more down, and that's in the point ready to go. Yeah, I'm going to start here. We've got one more ready to go, but we're up to 150,000 litres or something in here. I can probably take those off now. Oh no, I don't want to do that. There we go, 157,599. That's going to keep this going for quite some time. We're good. Right. Turn that on. Drop it down. Let's go. Doing the right thing. So at least when we leave and we head off, we've got less than, well, we've got 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks. The game releases 2 weeks tomorrow. Well, again, could be today, depends when this posts. Whether it posts Monday or whether it posts Tuesday. It's probably going to post Tuesday. So yeah, 2 weeks today, the game will release. So in 2 weeks, I've been up here last night, I'm going to do another Let's Play. I might jump on a couple of maps. I've got a plan, I've said a while back, of something I was going to do. And then obviously, events have just run away with me. I didn't realise when I got back after the FS25 preview event, just how much information Giants were going to be dropping, how much stuff they were going to be sending out, and it's been absolutely bonkers. I've been trying to keep up with it all. It's been insane. I'm going to follow this track along. I don't want to put one on the track. Yeah, it's been a bit crazy, really. But I had an idea of something I was going to do for a live stream. It was going to be a one-off episode. But I suppose I could do a couple of episodes on the thing I've got a plan on doing. I know I'm being cryptic again. I'm going to turn in here. And then round there. So as you can see, we are putting trees in. That was the plan. Need to leave myself enough room that if they, when they do start to grow, whoever comes and takes over the farm after me, if they're going to do any logging enterprises out here, they've got plenty of room to get on with whatever they're going to do. Let's lift that up. So I will see you probably in March. No, what's on it? March, April, May. So I said March earlier, didn't I? Going backwards in time. May. Possibly even in June. Who knows? Where's that tree? Let's go a little bit further forward and drop that down there. Thread the needle. You'll probably wonder what I was talking about earlier when I was saying about fuel me once. That was going to be my thumbnail. However, circumstances have changed. You've probably seen the new thumbnail. Well, I came out and I did all that. I planted all the trees. I've got a whole load of trees. All that trees have been planted. So I thought, you know what? I'll go and grab the butter for today. I've got 2 lots. I'll bring it out and we'll put it into our bakery. But Houston, we have a problem. Oh no! Get off the floor! We have a massive problem. I didn't notice this before, because I wasn't over here before. Our little river has burst its banks. We've got soggy cake, we've got soggy bread. Look! Everything's underwater. How can I can't run this as a viable... Look! The whole thing's flooded. What the... Look at the water rippling across. This is terrible. Look. I have to put a sign up. Bring your welly boots. Bring your wellies. If you want. Look. Look. I suppose we've got a paddling pool now for the kids. That's quite nice. Come and have a paddle. Have a cake. Have cake and a paddle. Oh, this is a nightmare. Drainage. We need drainage. Look, all of this. It's all going to be ruined. Ruined, I tell you. Let's get this off out of the way. So anyway, it's a disaster. What is happening? On the plus side, those fields are ready to harvest, so I can get out and do my fields. Oh, come on. Why? Ah! This is just utter nonsense. So, strap that down. Let's get the other bread that's now... Oh, maybe sit on the pallet. They might be just out of the water, actually. The cake might be the same as well. We might have just sat just out of the water if we're lucky. If we're not, who knows? Right, let's get the butter. Take that. Oh, there we go. Then we'll go harvesting. There's nothing decent on the used vehicle market. I'm going to have to put a closed sign. Oh, this, honestly, I can't believe this. I'll have to go for a lay down in a minute. A mop and bucket will not suffice. Boo. Go make our sandwiches and cut the cake elsewhere. Oh, there's something. Look. I put it in. Got a little oil press. So I'll be able to get canola oil and stuff going in here. Right next there as well, so... Oh yes, and this, look! Huzzah! Finally! Eucalyptus. We haven't got the others yet. How are we looking? Bonsai and cypress, they're going to be... I mean, they're growing at the rate of a normal tree. So we'll probably get those sometime in a year, I would imagine. But we've got eucalyptus, that's cool. I don't know what that sells for, but it better be a lot of money the time it's taken to grow. I need more mops and buckets, so we're going to need some more. Actually, how's this looking? Crikey, yeah, okay. 10,377 litres of mineral feed. Should we switch silage? Let's do some more silage additive. Why not? Let's get it going. Turn that off and there. Do that. Brilliant stuff, right. Ladies and gentlemen, some more time has passed since I was last doing my bit of recording. I've had time to calm down. It's still not great, but thank you to everyone that's reached out after my video the other day. Loads of you have, and I really do appreciate it. DJ Gohan reached out. We had a long conversation yesterday. Farm Sim guy reached out, which was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much to those guys as well. Have helped me kind of see the light a little bit. We've had some interesting conversations regarding Giant's attitude towards console generally. I know I keep going about there's no console special edition of the game, and that's something that I've constantly gone about. And a couple of people have said to me, this is your opportunity to really kind of raise awareness and push. And we had a conversation at FarmCon 24 about console, PC, that kind of thing, and the ratio of sales PC to console is massive. A massive amount of Giant sales is console. So everyone's still a little bit kind of surprised, and why you still seem to have this attitude of, oh well, console, if you don't like it, play on PC. You know, that kind of attitude that comes out from all over the place. But the fact, like I've said so many times before, once we went from once it became a cross-platform game, and then they involved cross-play and all that kind of stuff, it ceased to be just a PC game. So why is the focus always PC? Why is there no console special edition? Why are console creators and console gamers left kind of playing second fiddle? Really, I think it's a curious one and something that needs to be addressed. I personally believe I've been fighting this for however long because I play on console and I'm a console content creator. I mean, that, of course, that's the reason why I've been fighting it and pushing it. Now I can't remember if I've got this on or not. We're going to find out now, aren't we? Oh, every time. no, stop. That was a waste. Hang on a second. So yeah, and you know, of course, you know, people say we were only saying that because it benefits you. From my perspective, like I've always said, I do what I do, and you know, map tools, mod reviews, all that kind of stuff, because I always felt there was a need. If I wasn't sure how to do something, there'd be other people that weren't sure how to do something. I'm providing a service, if you will, however you want to refer to it, and that service, people from all platforms watch. But obviously it's from a console perspective, because I always talk about slot counts and those kind of things as well. The fact that Giants have gone down the route they have and seem to be continually committed to sticking to that route, it means if you know the early access, there'll be an embargo. When the embargo lifts, anyone that's got early access will be putting up their content. Console gamers aren't represented. Yes, you'll be able to watch the game, you'll be able to look at the game, you'll be able to see, you know, and technically there shouldn't be much difference. It'll be slot counts and things like that. When it comes to mods, that'll be a big difference, but there'll be no mods at the release, I wouldn't have thought. So realistically, the difference at release would be minimal. But again, console gamers are not being represented, I think, personally. Or looked after. Again, that's my own personal opinion. But in conversations I've had over the last 24 hours with some people, or less than 24 hours actually, but whatever it might be, in the last few hours, let's just say, I think the only way, and this all comes down to YouTube and algorithms and, you know, the way the world is at the moment, people are trying to keep their channels afloat, they're trying to keep their channels going. And I had some lovely people message me and say, it can't really be that serious when you said in your video the other day, that everything hangs in the balance. You would be surprised how much things are hanging in the balance. If the YouTube algorithm doesn't pick up on what you're doing, you just get pushed to the back of the queue. And yes, I've got my die-hard fans, the guys that are watching this now, all my supporters that will watch whatever I put up. That is fantastic, and I cannot thank all of you enough, because you are the guys that keep my channel. You are the guys that keep my channel going, keep me going, my channel members, the guys that donate on PayPal, you know, all of you out there. This is not a slight on you in any way, shape or form, but any channel, every channel wants to grow, it wants to gain a bigger audience, you want to reach more people, you know, that's kind of how it works. And if early access, the embargo lifts, say 4 days before, any content I put out on my channel in those 4 days up until I get access to it, I'm going to get hardly any views, because all people are going to want to watch is FS25 stuff. And I know there'll be loads of you that message and you'll say, and you're lovely, lovely people, will continue to watch your stuff, and I know you will. I know you will, because you're lovely people. I have to make the right decisions for the channel as a whole, for me, for my family, you know, it's... So, potentially, what I'm going to do, so I can get content up and so I can bring the game to you guys, I might have to, when the embargo lifts, put out content on PC. Now that's not me, I'm not jumping ship, I'm not going to PC. I need to get content up, I need to put some stuff up, I need to show the game off. And it will be whichever day, whenever it is the embargo lifts. So I'll put content up, and it will be PC. There shouldn't be any difference. But the good thing with that is, people say, oh, you know, you've sold out. No, I haven't. I have no option. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place at this point. I really am. My back's against the wall. And I sat yesterday, I went in from recording, and it goes against my principles, it goes against what I do, what I've always stood for, what my channel stood for, and I've had to make some really hard choices, and those hard choices are no choice at all. I don't have an option. So then as soon as the game officially releases, and I can get it on console, I am straight back on console, and all my content is on console. And the good thing being, in that period, what we can then do is do a comparison between the two. We can look at and say, okay, well, I'm back on my console now. We're on console. These are the slot counts. This is what happens for you console gamers. Everyone out there that wants to know, this is it. And we can look at the similarities and differences. I'm just trying to prepare people for that fact. I'm trying to prepare people by saying, look, this is potentially going to be a thing. This wheat I'm going to take and I'm going to put it into, not seed production, because we've got a fair bit of seed. I'm going to put it into, do I put it into flour production? No, I think we've got enough of that. Oh, I better add. And then we're going to take this harvester over to that big canola field we bought. We'll crack on with that, and we've got a soybean field as well. I might do a soybean first, I don't know. So yeah, I'm just trying to prepare people, my audience, you guys, my die-hard fans and supporters, the people that have always supported me and still support me and the channel, to say, look, this is what I'm going to have to do. And I don't want people to be cross and angry about it. It is a stopgap. But in the world we live in, and the what's the word I'm looking for? The space that I operate in. It's the only way. It's the only way I can do it. The wheat has been dropped off at our flour production, our mini mill. Now I'm going to do the soybean field. Actually, I'm going to turn into this field here, onto the grass field. It's going to be easier to get access than it is trying to do it off the main drag. So I'm going to do the soybean field first, and then our new field, which is just along there a little bit, the canola. And then what I'll do, canola off that will go into the canola oil and into the diesel production. So I'll do a bit in both, and I think we can put some more canola into. Actually, I'm going to say that I think our mineral feed and silage additive, we've got tons. It's producing at quite a rate, so I don't think I've got to worry too much there. I think we'll be absolutely fine. There we go. Probably put that in the wrong place, haven't I? When I say probably, definitely. Let's move the Valtra. Excuse me. So what happens next? I don't know, and that's across everything. I don't know what content's coming next. I don't know. I can't say I'm going to live stream next because I'm not sure. Potentially, when I say next, I mean possibly tomorrow. What's the day? Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. That could work. Like I said, with 2 weeks to go, am I going to do a new Let's Play? I'm not going to get many episodes done, even if I did. But I mean, we could do a mini series, maybe, or I don't know. I'm in a strange period, to be honest with you. And there's still going to be stuff coming out from Giants regarding FS25. There's all sorts of stuff being leaked. I mean, the big news yesterday was the build your own pastures, the dynamic pastures. If you didn't catch that video and you're watching this, oh, we said that, we talked about it, myself and VF, and we were waiting for our flight out to the US for that trip. And there was the information to come out, was it the day before or that day it was due to release, about the construction stuff. And there was also stuff about the rice stuff had already come out, and it showed you those images of how you made a rice field, a rice paddy. And below that on the menu there was an animal icon. And we were saying, look, it doesn't make sense. If you can now map around the edges of a field to do a rice paddy, why can't you do the same thing for animal pens, for grazing? Now they'd mentioned grazing, but we'd had that before, where animals could graze inside of a pen that they were already in. On some maps, not all of them. Obviously grazing, the whole, all that stuff on PC is a much bigger thing. So we said, well, you know, if that's now the rice paddies can do it, then why wouldn't you be able to map around the edge of a field, and when you click on it with the rice paddies, I think you raise and lower the height, or the depth, should I say, of your rice paddy. But surely then when you click on it, it puts a water pump and that kind of stuff. Why couldn't you do the same thing and have a fence that goes around it with feed troughs, or a gate, or, you know? And then what happens? But it wasn't officially released. There was nothing came out as a blog, nothing came out as an official post. There was no 25-second video, nothing like that. It was in the Farming Simulator official magazine, issue 7, and on the whole spread there was loads and loads of pages all about FS25, and on one of the pages to do with animals and crops and stuff, there was a paragraph in the bottom corner that talked about it. That you can take your animals out, they will graze on the field, so you map out your field, and they will graze on that field, and if you've got the seasons turned on, then you have to take them back in for the winter and make sure you've got enough feed to get them through the winter, and you can move them from pasture to pasture. So if you've built the pasture, there's nothing to stop you demolishing the pasture, I would imagine. So you can have temporary pastures or multiple pastures, so you can move your animals more realistically during the year. They can graze on one field, when the grass is gone, they move on to the next field, the grass is gone. That's brilliant. That's an incredible thing. And yet it was just a tiny paragraph, just kind of hidden away in part of a bigger article. Bonkers. I don't get it. But anyway, it's coming. We're getting it. I can't remember what things my seed production takes, because like I say, I'm pretty sure my mineral feed and stuff. But if I've got it stored somewhere, that ongoing process of my farm supply company, I'm going to need to continue to make mineral feeds and silage additive and all of these products, because if the company's going to continue, if I sell out of all of that, I need, and that's why I've got these processes in place, I need to be able to continually make them. And that's why I've been doing all of these crops, is so that each season I can do my crops in the field, support my farm supply company, and we're at that point. So like I say, I'm going to get this field done, canola field done. I'll see in a bit when I'm on the canola field. We'll take some canola over and we'll get the oil production underway, and then the diesel production should kick in. Once the diesel production is kicked in, I know lots of you have been saying just carry on, there's more you could do. There is. I can rinse and repeat and do more field stuff. I could put in more productions if I wanted to. I could do more root crops. People saying, why don't you do a soup factory? I mean, to be fair, if I'm doing a farm supply company, I mean, I'm not saying there aren't farm supply companies that provide soup, but it would be a bit strange. We're doing all the things and more that I'd set out to do, so it's all good. We did alright out of that. 17,624 litres of soybean. My diesel production takes soybean, so I'm going to put 10,000 litres into the diesel production, and then I'm going to put the rest of it over to our seed production. Would I be better off selling it? Maybe. No, that's oil. Where does this go, actually? I'm not sure where the drop-off is. Oh, it's over here, isn't it? I used this on Griffin, didn't I? I'm trying to think when I used this. It was Griffin, Indiana, the fuel refinery. I've got it on grain spout rather than full, because I wanted to control how much was coming out. So we'll wait till we get down to that, saying about 7,000, 7,600, and then we should be fine. I'll get that chugging away, and we've got our diesel. We've got our first bit of diesel going in. Like I say, I've got the canola oil to do. I might set that on to distributing, because I don't think that needs to go anywhere else, does it? We haven't got anything else to take canola oil. That's pretty close. Right. Let's hop out. So we want to go to diesel from soybean. Is that right? I think so. Recipe seems all right. Let's have a go down here for our diesel. We've got a litre of diesel. Yes. So if someone comes now and says, do you have diesel? I can say I can do 2 litres. We're up to 2 now, maybe 3 in a minute. We are, and we've got pig food being produced. We've got compost being produced. It's awesome. Actually, that's a good point. Compost. We can sell compost, can't we? We've got a garden centre type thing as well, haven't we? So people say, have you got compost for flower beds and stuff? We got you covered. We have got you covered, people. This has had all sorts of side effects and knock-ons that I was not expecting, and I'm very happy with all of it. Let's go and put this into our seed production. I've got a worker in the harvester already cracking on with our canola field. See you in a bit. First full 10,000 litre unload has been done. The worker was doing alright, but because of the angle of the field, because it doesn't sit straight and it's not on one of the angles you can get the harvester to go on sort of, say, naturally. That's something I'm going to be interested to see on FS25, if that's changed or whether that's going to stay the same. Because that was a big thing. Again, one of those things I think, I don't know, we've just taken for granted. When we went from 19 to 22, on 19 the angles at which you could set a worker off were less, and now on 22, that was one of the things, I think I did a video on it, there were more compass points, more cardinal points were added on, so you could get shallower angles to set a worker off. But obviously it's still not any direction, but you won't need to. That's the great thing, because of the AI worker system, every field is mapped and it will work to whatever header you've got, so it will map it, but you have got the ability to go in and you can adjust those settings, so if you want to change it at all you can. So this won't be an issue. What should happen is, because the outer, you can set as many headlands as you want as well. You get 1, 2, 3, I don't know how many you can go up to, a maximum, if you want to go round and round the field until you get to the middle. So you won't have to worry about what angle the field's at, because you'll set a worker off, and the worker, if you set the worker to the headlands first, it will just do this. You won't have to worry about angles, there won't be a problem. Looking forward to that massively, provided it works properly. It should do. We'll see. Right, I'll see you again when this is done. Let's get some canola oil going. We've already seen we've got diesel being produced. That's fantastic. The canola oil will just make it, you get more diesel from that production, because the canola is giving us loads of byproducts, just the normal canola in, but not much of that is diesel, although we are getting some diesel. But if we want like full-blown diesel production, we need to do an oil. There's a production somewhere, because in that diesel production it does say soybean oil, so I think that's probably another one of the Zodlzots production somewhere, probably does soybean oil as well, but I don't think I've got one of those installed, but it doesn't matter. We're good for what we need. This is really doing well, considering we didn't do anything to this field. And then once this is all done, these will all then be ploughed, they will be limed, they'll be re-prepped, and then the cycle will continue. Actually, while it's going, we have still got, where do we want to go? If we go to our map here, you'll see we've still got our field 82 is growing, 81 is growing, 28 and 22 are going to be ready to harvest in the next cycle, I would imagine. We had those going as well, and all others have been replanted. So yeah, we're doing all right. Like I keep saying, we kind of, you get that's that point where the snowball picks up enough pace. Now if it goes on its own, we are, I'm going to say self-sustaining. Obviously yes, work needs to be done, but it's just a case of crop work, and to keep the biogas plant going, I've still got bales, I've got silage, I can cut more grass because we bought more grass fields. There's plenty of baling contracts, so I could just, it then comes that point of rinse repeat. Yes, I could get a second harvester, yes I could get more equipment, but I don't think I need to. Not at the moment. Let's finish this. Whoa, what did I jump out for? No idea. Our new field is complete, 28,855 litres. Harvester is by the edge out here by the road, ready to go. Let's do this. That'll go back to the yard, give that a jet wash, and that'll get put back into one of the new fields we bought, which is where I'm storing the harvester. I suppose what I need to do at some point is put a new shed in there. I say at some point. We're out of points, pretty much. I'm going to put some in both, actually. There we go. I don't know how much I'm going to put in here. 20, maybe. It's difficult to know. Let's just hop out a sec. So, canola oil. Should I leave it on storing or should I put it on distributing? Let's go distributing. So the next hour, whatever's been made will go over. And then what we can do, if we want to keep some, and have pallets of it to sell, if we wanted to sell it, we can. Right, let's do that. And then we'll take this over to the next one. And then we'll get some byproducts as well from this, which will be quite cool. And I've planted more fields. We've got more fields of soybean, more fields of canola. Right, that's in. Over to here. And now we can go with diesel canola. Nice. There you go, look. On the right side, 392 litres of diesel already. So let's go down and see how much of the other stuff we've got. Pig food, 315 litres. Compost, 1,581 litres. We've got a bit of methane. Actually, we can put that to selling as well. So our electric charge and our methane will sell. Diesel will be... The way to do it so that... I'm just trying to think, is it worth me getting like a decorative diesel pump? And over at the main farm area, have the diesel pump. So people, if they come to get farm supplies, they can get their diesel here. Or do they come over here to get their diesel? Doesn't really matter, does it? Once the farmers know, they come, you know, they get a ticket, whether it is, they just come over and they get a diesel. It doesn't matter either way around. So, what I want to do is get that on the next hour to flip over. It's 8:35. We're not going to get much produced in here, are we? 3 litres of canola oil. Whatever we've got, we'll get it chugging. So I'm going to head back over to the farm. I'm going to have a cup of tea, wash off my equipment and machinery. We'll come back and check on this in a little while. Oh, the water receded. It was so bizarre, look. It's all back to normal. I don't know if it's just an early morning thing or... it was so bizarre, look. Everything's back to normal. I don't get it. Look how much we've done. Oh, by the way, the eucalyptus is worth... it's about nearly 4 grand. It's not. I'm thinking the amount of time it's taken. I suppose it hasn't taken a long time on the scale of things. It's probably because the other productions I've got are fairly fast. That's probably running at a normal speed, I guess. Okay, ladies and gents, this could be it. I've just come over and jet washed the harvester. Harvester's back. Like I say, this is its sort of field. I'm going to put a barn. We'll put a barn or something in there. That'd be cool. Across the road. We've got our rentals. Remember, we rented some land out way before. Those hay bales haven't touched yet. We've got all this equipment. I'm just going over all the stuff, really. All the equipment, stuff that's been upgraded, stuff that's been increased in size. What we're running, 5 tractors now. Various different trailers. Our grass field over here that we blended into the new grass field. That's all growing. Plenty of grass, no problem at all. Straw for bedding. We've got these 2 straw barns that we didn't really touch much on those either. We've got our seed tender. Again, plenty of bales, loads of silage bales. And all these over here so we can run all the different stuff. If we run more corn, because we've got some corn, I think we've got a cornfield somewhere, haven't we? We got our corn dryer. Our cows are doing absolutely cracking, no problem at all. They're all feeding, they're all doing great. They're producing the milk. What we've got in there at the moment, 2,875 litres. The other one will be the same. We've got slurry in here as well that could go over. This needs to be baled up, the field we've just done, and then repurposed. So that constant cycle of barley, wheat, oat fields, we're getting plenty of straw for bedding, plenty of straw that can go into the biogas plant. This thing, thank you Rob, was absolutely fantastic. Tom reached out, Tom and Nico. Nico that had all the blueberries. They've offered to buy the farm. I think they're just going to take it off my hands, which is absolutely fantastic. Our silo, do we have anything left in here? Oh, Tritco and some wheat still left in here. Now we're looking here as well. Yeah, 2875 on milk and some slurry as well. Come across the way. If you remember, we rented out the garage space just here. which I think is still being rented out, isn't it? Yep. And we got all of our various different productions. Everything ran really well. I mean, our initial solid fertiliser production, and we've been using bits and bobs, and I kind of run it every now and again when I use a little bit more. This greenhouse set, phenomenal. With the blueberries, the raspberries, we've got onions growing now as well, and what was the other thing we were doing? Our solid fertiliser production, which is using digestate from over at our biogas plant. Our flowers, which are selling really well. And now we've got compost that can go alongside that as well, being produced, which is absolutely awesome. Seed production, just here. Working great. We're up to 73,000 litres of seed. So we've got plenty of seed if farmers need it. This works really well with that concentrate stuff going in. That was incredible. Very, very cool. Our farm shop with the various different things that we can provide out the front, including, if you remember, over at the other side. I actually might go out there but finish off just out there, just to show we have got wood chips in those containers. So we've got our liquid fertiliser and herbicide and our wood, timber, lumber. Our production here as well, herbicide, liquid fertiliser and solid fertiliser. We're at 90,000 litres of each. If I sold all of that, I mean, we're just, yeah, we're rolling in it at the moment. If I sold everything, we had a massive sale, we'd make a fortune, absolute fortune. Biogas plant absolutely did us proud, fantastic that. Oh, the manure I brought over from the animals, that's just run out, that's fine, because there's all the extra land we bought as well. There's all the fields. We go back to our map, yeah, look at all the fields and stuff we bought. We did all right, I have to say, you know, from fairly humble beginnings, we did all right. Across our little footbridge, we have got stuff being produced here, although fairly slowly now. Mineral feed, silage additive. We've now got diesel. The canola oil, I did something to distributing. That should have come over, so what we need to do now is click on here, he says. And we should be able to go down to diesel from canola oil. Have we got canola oil? 155 whole litres. But we can turn that on because that will be producing it, and that recipe is 1,000 to 1,500, so we actually gain more from doing that. Diesel, we've got 1,911 litres and climbing. That's chugging away, and we'll continue to just, I mean, it's just actually, we've got a little pipe underground that goes from here to there. That's fine. And then our shop. Thank you for joining me on this journey, on this adventure. It was that thing of when I first started out and thought, I'm going to do a farm supply company. I wasn't sure where it was going to go. We had a bit of a delve through. People suggested mods, people suggested things I could do, and we kind of went down a bit of a rabbit hole. And we did all right. We did that live stream where we went out and we were collecting the various different tokens and things around the map, and I've had an absolute blast on here. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It's been good fun. I sold the other bits and bobs, but we've got more again here. So we've got cake, we're still producing bread, flowers being produced around the other side. The water has receded. Maybe we need to get an excavator in. We'll just dig this ditch a little bit deeper and we'll be absolutely fine. I'm going to have a slice of cake, sit down and relax. That is it. That's the end of my Let's Play on Szpakowo. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.